The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by It's time for the Broncos.
Welcome into Spring Hill Sports Live. Here we're live from Fort Scott, Kansas. Cooper Grand, Caden Carbajo, Cole Grand, and Matt Jones on the call tonight as your Spring Hill Broncos take a trip down 69 Highway to take on the 3-3 Fort Scott Tigers tonight. BJ Harris unable to make it to this one, and so we'll be the broadcasting crew tonight as the Broncos come off a dominant performance last week, 63-28 over Paola, the score. And just wanted to let you know, Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics. Strode Orthodontics specializes in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialist with decades of combined experience with locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. So what do you think, Matt? It's getting colder, closer to playoff time.
You know, it feels like fall, and we've got 2 regular season weeks left tonight, and we'll be hosting Lewisburg next Friday night for what looks like to be the Frontier League Championship game. Lewisburg just needs to take care of business just like we do this evening. So, you know, the leaves are starting to turn, cooling off a little bit, so it feels like fall, feels like football.
Right, I agree. Yep, they have senior night here at Fort Scott, but the Broncos come in here on paper should win this one, but they're going to have to fight hard because they got a target on their back anytime they're going to play. Every team wants to come in and knock them off from that top spot in the Frontier League. So we'll continue the pregame show after that. This, your home of Spring Hill High School Sports, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Cross country, son of Jerry Beth Worthy.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at ComfortDesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and text. We ended up with our dream home all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home.
Massage is more than relaxation. Apex Massage Therapy can go beyond with targeted work for headaches and sinuses, myofascial releases, trigger point therapy, neuromuscular therapy, reflexology, cupping, and hot stones. Kylie's hands go right to the problem areas and work out all the issues. She is certified in prenatal massages, oncology, lymphatic drainage, pre- and post-surgery massages, and she can also work on minors and athletes. For openings and specials, like and follow Apex MT on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. As we continue the pregame show from Fort Scott, we look at last week's matchup for the Broncos. They took down the Paola Panthers 63-28. They were led on the ground by Colt McKenna, 32 carries, 212 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's continued to do it all year long. How about that? And we're going to look for the same kind of performance out of him tonight. Also, he did it in the pass game, and Bo Gardner was good on defense once again last week.
Those have been the guys all year. McCann he's just been amazing, but he wouldn't be able to do it with that beefy offensive line that they have. So kudos to the offensive line, and Bo Gardner's a machine. He is everywhere on the field.
Right. And you look at some of the season stats now. Colt McKenna over 1,000 yards, already 6 games into the season, 20 touchdowns. That's remarkable. And he's still adding on it as these Broncos are poised for a deep run in the playoffs. They look to continue that tonight. Wanted to let you guys know that the pregame show is brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. So we have quite a bit of games going on around the area, kicking off in about 20 minutes like this game. What games around the area do you got for us tonight, Matt?
Well, in the Frontier League, we have Bishop Ward at Baldwin. Ottawa is making the trip over to Lewisburg. Lewisburg we will see next week. And Bonner is at Paola. Eudora is at Tonganoxie. Other network games, we have Girard heading up to Anderson County. Baxter Springs is at Columbus. And last night, Galena headed up to St. Mary's Academy north of Topeka. Another game we're going to be watching this evening, which has playoff implications, will be the 5-1 DeSoto Wildcats. They are at Kansas City Turner this evening. DeSoto right now, they hold their own destiny. They are currently first in 5As. There's a 4-way tie. DeSoto, Mill Valley, Blue Valley Southwest, and Spring Hill all riding in at 5-1 right now. So there's kind of a log jam at the top, so they're all fighting for positioning for that Week 9 playoff game.
Right, so there you go. Your area matchups are brought to you by Elliott Insurance Group. Elliott has served area communities for decades. When you're out traveling to your next big matchup, be sure to look for an Elliott Insurance location near you. Learn more at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. So we'll step away for our second commercial break. When we come back, we'll have keys to the game and a couple other things about last week. Your home of Spring Hill Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alyssa O'Connor, and I would like to welcome you to Sozo Chiropractic.
So many people only seek out a chiropractor when they are in pain, but ongoing wellness care helps you deal with stress and be healthier. At Sozo Chiropractic, the focus is on holistic wellness for any age. I am Webster certified for prenatal care, pediatric trained, as well as a family chiropractor. We also offer acupuncture and sauna services.
Sozo is a Greek word that means to heal, to make well, and to restore health. And that is our goal for each one of our patients who walks through the door.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Craving a quick pick-me-up, tasty lunch, or afternoon treat? Have you been to The Bean? The Bean Coffee and Cafe in downtown Spring Hill is that rare mix of hometown charm and uptown style. At The Bean, they brew the finest cup of coffee, tastiest teas, and most refreshing smoothies and frappes around. The Bean is proud to serve delicious, handmade pastries by Scratch KC, and they have the best breakfast, lunch, and convenient grab-and-go options in town. Have you been to The Bean? The Bean Coffee and Cafe, downtown Spring Hill.
So welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show. Sorry we came back a little bit late as they were playing the national anthem here, just under 13 minutes away from kickoff. Wanted to get to some of the keys to the game. First, keys to the game are brought to you by the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce. The holiday shopping season is upon us. Keep your dollars local and support your neighbors and community. Registration is now open for the annual Chamber Banquet set for November 14th. Learn more at springhillks.org or stop by the new office in downtown Spring Hill. So some keys to the game. What's it going to take for the Broncos to get out of here with a victory tonight, Matt?
Well, I think one of the first thing is they haven't taken a trip this year. This is the first time they've really been on the road more than 35 minutes. So they had to leave right after school, get down here and get warmed up. It's just a little bit different kind of loosening up. So they need to come out and set the tone first whistle. They need to establish a line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball for sure. And the biggest thing is Fort Scott's 3-3. they have some common opponents, but they need to set the tone early. They need to establish their dominance right away, and they need to make sure that their emotions are in check. Last week was very emotional against Paola. Paola's a rival right down the highway, so a big win over Paola. You got to make sure that you stay even-keeled, deal with those emotions. If something bad happens, you just got to deal with it and set yourself up for next week against Lewisburg.
Yeah, I agree. Coming out and setting the tone in high school football, it's a big part. It's such a testosterone and motivation going with it. Something that stood out when I was looking at some of the Fort Scott stats is that in the red zone, they're 17 of 22 this year, so a really high red zone percentage. So for the defense, if Fort Scott's to get in the red zone, just really shutting down that red zone offense will be a key tonight for me. If the Broncos can look to slow them down on offense, they like to do a lot of work on the ground, a lot like Spring Hill. They have 4 or 5 guys that are over 300 yards on the season rushing, so they can do it in a lot of different ways. Just look for the Broncos to slow down that rush offense tonight. But for the Broncos, they're going to be led by, as you know, Colt McKenna, their quarterback Tyson Beshore, who you don't get to see him throw as much, but due to their run game.
But he's efficient. That's the thing. They let him run a little bit last week, and they opened it up. That was one of our keys last week for Paola, was be a little bit more diverse on offense, and it's like they listened to us for once. and that's exactly what they did. They used a little bit of bootleg action with Beshore, and they threw some really safe passes, and they're going to have to do that moving forward. Everybody knows that Colton McKenna is going to get his carries. He's going to carry the ball, 25 plus times a game. But they're going to have to be able to spread the ball around and just show some diversity to keep teams. By this time of year, everybody's got film on everybody. You can't just keep doing the same thing, and I think they've done a good job of adapting every week to who they're playing.
Right, and you wonder tonight, it's a really windy game out here. It's cold. Some guys' hands might be a little more frozen, I guess, or stiff. So you wonder, you're probably going to see a lot more runs tonight, especially with the rushing attack. Both these teams have a run-heavy game is something I could foresee.
Totally agree. I think you're going to see a lot of running, especially with that wind. And we're going to be wishing for weather like this in about 2 months. But right now, it is a little chilly because we're just not used to it because it's been so dang warm. But you're right. I think we're going to see a definite run-heavy game. I think that first quarter is going to go pretty quick.
Right. All right, so we'll step away for our third commercial timeout. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups, final thoughts, and we'll get to some more key players as we continue the pregame show here on your home of high school athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Everyone loves a special occasion to come together to celebrate. The Meadowlark is one of the premier wedding venues in the Kansas City area. But it's even more. Beyond nuptial and corporate events, the Meadowlark is now bringing live music to the area. Come enjoy a night of dinner, drinks, and entertainment without waiting for an invite. Follow Meadowlark Events-Live on Facebook for upcoming shows. Now you have even more reasons to celebrate at the Meadowlark.
So welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show. Cooper Grand, Matt Jones, Cole Grand, and Caden Carbajo alongside me here. BJ Harris sick, unable to make it here. He said his first absence in his 20-year career, so a rare occurrence. I was surprised to see that text, but if you're wondering, that's why he is not on air tonight. So we'll be the crew bringing this game to you live from Fort Scott, just about 5 minutes and 20 seconds until kickoff. So Matt, point out some key players you're looking for tonight from these Broncos to make an impact.
Well, like we said, it all starts with Cole McCann. You got Tyson Beshore at quarterback. You'll see a couple different guys carry the ball. You'll see Patrick Stump carry the ball a little bit, and occasionally Noah Anderton. Spring Hill also has a freshman that they'll line up at wide receiver, Corey Kirkner. He's made some good plays this year. Some standout linemen. You got Carter Meek. He's a big boy. He's a good boy to run behind. Cole Rodden is where the offensive line starts. Defense, Bo Gardner starts there. Noah Anderton. Those two, they are going to be all over the field tonight. And then, on the backside, you got Hayden Whitcraft kind of leading the defensive secondary.
Yeah, Bo Gardner, I don't know much about Spring Hill filling in tonight, but I looked at the stat line, and Bo Gardner, you can tell he's having a monster season. 84 tackles through 6 games. That's a crazy number to see, and he's going to make an impact on tonight's game. So starting lineups are brought to you by The Bean. The best way in Spring Hill to start your day is at The Bean. Delicious coffee, refreshing teas, and sweet treats like smoothies, frappes, and shakes. Plus, The Bean has the best pastries and breakfast options in the metro. Stop in and see them in downtown Spring Hill or order online at thebeankc.com. So we'll get to the Tigers starting lineup. Starting off, number 3, Chase Heyer. Number 5, Cal Cousins. Number 6, Lennox Van. Number 7, Jasper Allison. Number 16, Colton Rogers. Number 9, Ty Marbury.
Defensive back, a junior, number 6, Lennox Van.
Number 41, Ryder Newton. Number 52, Wesley Cox. Number 64, Jacob Snyder. Number 73, Luke Harris. Number 7, Jasper Allison. Number 16, Colton Rogers. So there's some of the Fort Scott starting lineup. As you see the Tigers being announced tonight. Broncos eager to get this game started over on the far sideline. So just about 3 minutes away from kickoff. We'll step away one more time. When we come back, we'll have kickoff. Your home of Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Stupid Go Brawley internet.
Go Brawley allows you complete control over internet usage for all devices in your home from anywhere, as it should be. Visit GoBrawley.com to learn more.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show as we close it out, and we're set for kickoff here in Fort Scott, Kansas. 6-1 Spring Hill Broncos take on 5-1, correction, take on the 3-3 Fort Scott Tigers. Opening kickoff is brought to you by Seats Incorporated. Kick off your new career with Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in the manufacturing of quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see all their openings or to apply online, go to seatsinc.com. So ready to kick off for your Broncos, Ryan Jackson. Kick is in the air and we are underway. Fielded at the 5-yard line, returnable by Ty Marbury.
Ball's on the
breaks
ground.
free. Still going across midfield. Being chased by Broncos defenders, and a big return for Fort Scott.
You know, that was wild. The ball, he fumbled the ball. It bounced, and it bounced right back into his hands, and he continued to run for about another 30 yards.
I mean, that's about as good of a bounce as you can ask for if you're the Tigers. For Spring Hill, not so much, but Fort Scott, good field positioning to start.
It would have been a good return just without the second sequence of events happening.
Return taken to the
You know, it's interesting. Ryan Jackson's done a pretty good job of kicking it deep this year, and he even has the wind kind of right now.
Yeah, it was fielded inside the 10-yard line, but Marbury showed some speed there. Broncos physical up front. Handoff up the middle. That's Jasper Allison. Plunges forward for about a 3-yard gain. Bring up 2nd down and 7.
Allison's a pretty decorated wrestler for the Tigers, so you know he's going to be tough.
So
this is where the Broncos need to assert themselves on the line of scrimmage. Last week they came out in a 6-man front against Paola on their run-heavy offense, so looks like they're going to stick with it this weekend.
Yeah, look to stop. No. Turn, handoff up the middle. I believe that's Allison again, as he's going to pick up the 1st down and a little bit more. Goes for a run of about 10 yards and a fresh set of downs for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Fort Scott offensive line is definitely asserting themselves early.
They're getting close to the red zone. We talked about their efficiency in the red zone. This Broncos defense is certainly capable of slowing them down. We'll see if they can do it here. Two to the near side, one to the far side for Fort Scott. Handoff to Allison, third time in a row. Pickup of about 5 on that run.
You know, right now the Broncos just aren't winning the point of attack. The line surge for Fort Scott's penetrating, and their linebackers are getting all tied up. They need to be able to keep the linebackers free and make those tackles. They're getting way too far, almost to the second level.
See if they can tighten up here as Fort Scott approaches the end zone. Feel like they need a big play here, a tackle for loss, really ignite that defense. Be big here. It's going to be a keeper by Lennox Van. Still on his feet, and big gang tackle by the Broncos.
You can tell they were trying to punch the ball out, but you know that's great and all, but you got to make sure you got the tackle secured before you start going for the ball.
Right. So goal to go situation for the Tigers from the Bronco 9-yard line early on in the first quarter, 9:50 to play. Haven't seen the Tigers pass yet. Been effective.
I see no reason to yet.
Handoff hit right away. And he'll have some help as Bo Gardner comes in and finishes him off. That looked like Anderton with the initial hit. The Broncos hold him to no gain there. Second down and goal from the Bronco 9-yard line for the Tigers.
You can tell that's exactly what we needed to see. We want the linebackers making those tackles, staying clean.
That time they did just that.
They were.
Second and goal from the 9-yard line.
Receiver of the near sideline. Motion a guy to the far, handoff. And that's going to be Allison. There's not much there. Anderton in on that tackle. Also Kendall Heiss.
You'll see Anderton, he's a really good open field tackler. Guess what other sport he does? He's a wrestler.
Yep. So 2 plays on this set of downs, no gain. Brings up a third down and goal from the Bronco 9 here early in the first quarter. See if the Broncos can hold here. Drops back, throwing left, and he was open, but he's going to overthrow him.
And you can tell the coaching staff for the Tigers, they were frustrated. The receiver and the quarterback weren't on the same page. He would have been wide open had he kept his route continuing to the corner of the end zone. We'd probably be looking at 6 points right now, but that's not the case.
I felt the press box shake on that one.
Right.
Stomped, and they knew they missed an opportunity there. You're not going to get many chances like that against the Bronco defense.
The quarterback threw it exactly where he needed to, where only his guy could catch it.
So it brings up 4th down and 9.
You're talking about red zone efficiency, but this is that awkward spot where you're 9 yards out and you need a touchdown. That's like, what play do you use for that?
Right. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. So we'll step away for 30 seconds. When we return, the Tigers face a 4th down and 9. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
So 4th down and 9. Looks like the Tigers are going to go here. They know the high-powered offense they're facing. Drop back, Van looking to throw, finds his man wide open, and it's going to be a touchdown to Cal Cousins. A 9-yard touchdown from Van to Cousins puts the Tigers on the board first.
Yeah, that's a defensive breakdown, and that's been one of the weaknesses for the Bronco defense on the exterior this year, whether it's running the ball aside. Sometimes they lose contain. And in that case, they did not pick up the running back in the flats, and that was way too easy of a touchdown for the Tigers.
Yep, they find themselves up 6-0 at the moment early in the first quarter. Snap, the hold, kick is up and through. Kick is good by Jasper Allison. Tigers lead at 7-0 early in the first quarter. Broncos get the football, 8:14 to play in the first quarter when we return in 1 minute on Spring Hill Sports Live.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and texts. We ended up with our dream home all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home.
Welcome back. Here live from Fort Scott, Kansas. Broncos give up a touchdown as the Tigers convert on 4th down, 9-yard touchdown packs from Lennox Van to Cal Cousins. Shallow kick's going to bounce at the 27-yard line. Now it'll be fielded as that's Jackson Torres. Not much of a return there, but the Broncos offense will come out onto the field and they'll start their drive at their own 35-yard line.
Well, hopefully that 7 points, hopefully that lets the Broncos know that the Tigers came to play, senior night, they're ready to go.
Right. Maybe it'll wake the offense up a little bit here. McKenna the back. Hand off to McKenna off the left side. Runs up the middle and will be tackled around the 40-yard line. A pickup of 5 on that play. Bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Broncos. And he's going to be the workhorse once again tonight.
Well, and you'll see he's such a patient runner. He can afford to watch where his line's going and watch the blocks evolve.
Hand off McKenna, right side this time, following blockers. Now will be hit and tackled. I believe they're going to mark him just short. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 inches.
You know, he took a pretty good stick, but he was able to squeeze 2 or 3 yards out of that one, and he always falls forward. You know, you can always count an extra yard after the tackle.
And it does a good job following that offensive line. And like you said, being patient. It's not an easy thing to gain. McKenna, he's going to be hit. It'll be close.
And even there, you could see where he ended up. The scrum of the players was back there, and then you see him peeking out.
Yeah, he got hit around the shoestrings about 1.5 yards back. But where he landed, I think, 1st down Broncos. So 1-yard run by Colt McKenna continues this drive as the Broncos are up to their own 45-yard line and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, that was definitely all McKenna work because the defensive line penetration could have blown up that play.
Snap, now gets it out quick, finds his man, that's Jackson Torres, and he'll go out of bounds.
I'd say that route almost got jumped by the defensive back. Had he played that right, he would probably be running the other way for pick 6. That was a close play.
Those are scary because you get the ball out so quick, but if the defense reads it right, then yeah. Fresh set of downs for the Broncos. Inside Tiger territory. Beshore dropping back, throws, finds his guy Jackson Torres across the middle, and runs it down to the 35-yard line.
Did you notice the sticks were backwards? They were going the other way. They had the ball at the end of the sticks. They were backwards, the chains.
Either way, 1st down Broncos.
Right. The officials had it.
Broncos at the Tiger 35-yard line. Beshore will take the snap. Now he drops back, has time, throwing, finds his guy, Ryan Jackson. And he's going to be wrestled out of bounds here out at the 13-yard line, it looks like, where the Broncos are moving the chains efficiently now. That's 3 straight plays with a 1st down.
I think they're about the 8.
So goal to go then. McCann at the back, lined up to the right hip of Beshore. Beshore is going to throw, caught in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown. Jordan Miller catches the touchdown, and the Broncos answer quickly. A 1:35 drive, and the Broncos have answered back. That's a great way to answer.
Exactly what we needed to see. You know, we know McKinnon's going to get the ball. We know he's going to do what he's going to do, but they're definitely exploiting something that they see on film with their receivers. They threw to 3 different receivers on that series, so that's definitely something they need to continue doing that the rest of this game.
Yeah, and you know, any team that goes up against these Broncos is going to game plan for McCannon when they see his stats. And then if you have that aspect where you can throw the ball and you have big receivers on the outside, it takes the team to a new level.
Which they do, right.
So extra points up and through. Tie ball game, 7-7 with 6:25 to play here in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Spring Hill Sports Live.
Massage is more than relaxation. Apex Massage Therapy can go beyond with targeted work for headaches and sinuses, myofascial releases, trigger point therapy, neuromuscular therapy, reflexology, cupping, and hot stones. Kylie's hands go right to the problem areas and work out all the issues. She is certified in prenatal massages, oncology, lymphatic drainage, pre- and post-surgery massages, and she can also work on minors and athletes. For openings and specials, like and follow Apex MT on Facebook.
Welcome back. 8-yard touchdown pass from Tyson Beshore to Jordan Miller ties this game up at 7. Sorry about the scoreboard here. I'm going to input the numbers here, but it's been an offensive one so far, and that time the Broncos scoring and driving down the field in a different way, exploiting the pass game of the Tiger defense. It's caught at the 5-yard line, returnable. He'll be hit and brought down at the 22-yard line. They have a scuffle up near midfield.
Right. That's my former neighbor, Cade Myers, out there. He's trying to show him whose boss it looks like.
So we'll see if the Broncos can make some changes on defense here. Stiffened up inside the red zone, but on 4th down, the Tigers were able to score last time. They'll start deep inside their own territory this time. Last drive started inside Bronco territory. It'll be a handoff up the middle. That's Cal Cousins. He's off to the races. He's going to be chased down. That's
Anderson and Whitcraft with the touchdown saving tackles. But you could hear the coaches from the box down here saying counter, counter, counter. So sounds like something they've worked on. They just misplayed it defensively.
Yeah, that's a heck of a play by Anderton to get down there. He's has some speed. It looked like Cousins was gone, but right out of nowhere tracked him down. But big gainer by the Tigers. And another handoff up the middle. Will be spun forward. That handoff went to Jasper Allison. Looked like a pickup of 7, so a 2nd down and 3 for the Tigers. One receiver to the near side. Allison, the man lined up behind Van. They motion a guy to the far sideline. Hand off Allison up the middle. And they're getting some good pushes from their offensive line.
They really
the Tigers are.
They're definitely, one of my keys was to win the line of scrimmage, and right now the Tigers are winning that battle.
Keep an eye on that as this one goes on. Allison lined up behind Van. Handoff, nope, keeper by Van. Trucks forward, Anderton, ball on the ground. Spring Hill dives for it. I think they got it. And Spring Hill has it. That was Keanu Tiafau who comes up with the fumble recovery. A big fumble there as Fort Scott was marching down the field, and the Broncos defense shuts it down.
I'm not sure. It was you know, on a keeper like that, once he kept the ball, I don't know if he really ever was able to tuck it. It looked like when he went to tuck it,
yeah,
he was getting hit immediately, and I don't think he really ever had it in his grip.
So the Broncos catch a break as the Tigers were driving quickly down the field. And the Broncos will start deep in their own territory. Colt McKenna lined up behind Tyson Beshore in his own end zone. Beshore gets it out quick. That's Torres with it, cuts back, makes a move. He'll pick up the first down, and he's tackled around the 20-yard line.
About 2 weeks ago, you started seeing Torres get more action every play. He's getting a little bit more comfortable with the offense.
Yeah, Torres, heard he had a couple catches in this one. Coming in, he had 155 yards, and Broncos keep throwing like this. I believe that number is going to go well up. Counter off the left side. That is Patrick Stump, and he stumbles down across the 40-yard line and is brought down at the 41.
You know, Stump's good change of pace. He's that guy that wants to find somebody and intentionally run into them just so he can feel the contact.
Right, and we haven't seen Colt McKenna get the ball in a while, and anytime he hasn't, it's been big play after big play for the Broncos. You can just tell who they were really game planning for coming into this game. This time, handoff McKenna off the left side. Still on his feet. He'll be pushed out of bounds. Looks like just short of the first down marker.
Well, when you have a running back like that, you have to get creative as the season goes on. You can't just do the same thing giving them the ball because they're gonna stop it easily. So you just gotta do a little bit of change of pace, like we said, throw the ball, give it to Stump, and just make when he does carry the ball, make it count.
That one went for a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Handoff, this time nothing there. That is Patrick Stump, and might have got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 4.
Using McKenna as a decoy a little bit on that last one.
See if they get McKenna involved in the pass game here out of the backfield. Torres lined up to the near side. Handoff McKenna. Makes one man miss. And he's going to have the first down into Tiger territory.
Just watch him shift as he progresses down the field. You can see when he's at the linebacker level and then when he's at the second level, he's just shifting right through the guys. He's just really difficult to tackle.
Yeah, strong back, hard to bring down, and he has some finesse to go with it.
Right.
That time, uses a little bit of that finesse and picks up the first down. Broncos continue the drive into Tiger territory. This time, handoff Anderton. He'll be hit and brought down. That was Colton Rogers with the tackle for Fort Scott. And go for a gain of 1.
So McKenna jog off to the sideline before that previous play. Telling Coach, I'm ready. Let me know.
Anderton lined up to the right hip. Beshore. Hand off to Anderton off the left side.
Drops the ball.
Ball on the ground.
Looks like we're going to play fumble trade.
So it's going to be a fumble by Noah Anderton, and it gives the ball right back to Fort Scott as the Broncos were into Tiger territory, but costly fumble there. Shifts the momentum back to Fort Scott, and they'll bring their offense back on the field for the 3rd time.
You know, the Broncos usually pretty secure with the ball, but, Anderson hadn't had a whole lot of carries recently. You wonder if that has something to do with it. Just
drops back. Van looking across the middle. Has a guy and hits his man. That is Ty Marbury with the catch. And I believe that was Holden Lau in coverage there. Big play for the Tigers. Puts them deep into Bronco territory. Van under center, hand off, end around. And that was Cal Cousins on the carry.
Bronco defensive ends right there. They're crashing down, and you can't do that at defensive end unless it's a called slant. You got to be a little bit more assignment sound, and you got to make those guys cut out, and that's your job. Outside contain.
Yep, and this Tiger offense isn't a one-man show, like we said in the pregame. 4 different guys with over 300 rushing yards on the season. They've showcased a couple different guys early, and we have a flag come in.
And Fort Scott, or the Broncos, they probably lead the state of Kansas in offside penalties. I've never seen so many called in a season against one team.
So it makes it 2nd and short now for Fort Scott. 2nd and about 2 from the Bronco 14-yard line, we'll call it. Handoff up the middle is Allison.
Ball's
on the ground again.
We were talking about having cold hands, and it's not real cold, but it's cool.
Right.
I don't think the wind matters much with their hands, but hey, it appears like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, once you get into the playoffs, though, all those games are going to be cold. So,
yeah.
That's something both teams are going to be working on in practice, ball security. So that was almost the 3rd fumble we've had.
4th if you count the kickoff.
Right.
Where it bounced back to him.
His handoff goes up the middle. Colton Rogers. He'll be tackled.
They're just dominating the line of scrimmage, and the running backs they're essentially just getting to where their linemen are, and that's 3, 4, 5 yards down the field.
Tigers are giving the Broncos a little bit of their own taste here early in this one. 1:33 to play, tie ball game. One receiver to the near side. It's Colton Rogers, the halfback. Not sure what's going on.
The officials are discussing something, but I don't know what. Oh, are they trying to figure out if they need the chains, or if it's 1st and goal, or 1st and 10?
I think you're right.
I guess they're going to say 1st and 10, and you can still get a 1st down on inside the 1.
Yeah, it's
Just outside the 10-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, it's like 6 inches outside the 10-yard line.
That could be interesting as we progress through this with the proficiency Fort Scott's had in the red zone this season.
Handoff this time, nowhere to go. The Bronco defense is all over that one. That was Casey O'Neill in on that one, also in on the tackle.
There's a whole host of them in on that one.
Yeah.
The quarterback probably could have pulled it on that one with the way that the linebackers were coming through the gaps. If the quarterback would have kept it, he might have gone all the way.
1 yard pickup there. 2nd down and 9. No, this one will be a keeper by Van, and he's going to wince into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown and makes it 13-7 Tigers for the time being.
Well, they learned their lesson on the first one. They set it up the last play, did the dive, and then the quarterback kept it on the next one, ran it on around the corner.
Yep, and Tiger offense off to a hot start in this one. Broncos offense looked well too. The defense, they've allowed quite a bit of yards here. Got a big turnover on that second Fort Scott possession though with a fumble recovery. Van's point after attempt hits off the crossbar and it'll go through. That makes the score 14-7 Fort Scott with 33 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second commercial break. When we return, Broncos get the football. Welcome back to Fort Scott, Kansas. Tigers add 7 points and take a 7-point lead on a 9-yard quarterback keeper by Lennox Van. Van will kick it off to the Broncos. This will be fielded by Holden Lowe. Returnable, has some space down the far sideline, on his feet into Tiger territory, and will be bumped out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and will give the Broncos great starting field position.
Much better communication on the kickoff return team. Last time they weren't quite sure who was supposed to get it, and that time they definitely rearranged their upbacks just enough.
Had plenty of blockers downfield in the big return. Sets the Broncos up in good position here. McCanna lined up behind B-Shore. 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff McCanna goes to the left. Still on his feet and dive forward. So he'll pick up the first down there.
And he's just slashing. You can see he just made that cut right at the first down marker, and nobody was going to stop him.
Yeah, quick, jagged cuts. And
right, jagged. That's a good way to describe it. I like that. Jagged.
Always falling forward.
Right.
McCanna, the halfback. B-Shore in the shotgun. Trips to the near side. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Score at the end of one, 14-7. Fort Scott will return in 1 minute with second quarter action, where the Broncos have a first down and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line. You're watching Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
So welcome back to second quarter action from Fort Scott, Kansas. Broncos in a dogfight right now to start the second quarter. Tigers putting up a little more of a challenge than the Broncos expected coming in. Broncos, B-Shore rolling out, still on his feet, spin move. That was a hefty spin move and picks up the first down.
Man, that almost looked like video game spin moves. We haven't seen that from B-Shore this season. That, one of the things we've been saying all year is we need to get him involved in the run game a little bit, and last couple weeks they have, and he shows he's got some wheels when he wants to.
Yeah, almost looked like a move we'd see out of Colt McCanna.
That's right.
Time B-Shore getting it done on the ground, moves chains for the Broncos as they're at the Tiger 13-yard line this time. Handoff McCanna. Now off to the right side, and absorbs the contact, and that run looked like it was going nowhere. Tried to go to the left, bounced back, and went around the right.
I'm pretty sure B-Shore got in the way of somebody. I don't know if he actually blocked anybody, but he definitely was able. Maybe McCanna used him as a pick.
That was an impressive run. Second down and 3. McCanna handoff, falls forward near the goal line, and touchdown Broncos. Colt McCanna, 5-yard touchdown run. Makes the score 14-3 for the moment being, pending the PAT.
Set up by that really good kick return. Good to see the Bronco offense has been, other than the fumble, they've been humming down the field, so they've been very efficient.
Yep, that's what you want to see out of the offense. They've been able to get it done in the passing and run game so far. Look to see if the defense can tighten things down. Ryan Jackson on. Hold. The kick is no good. So the score will be 14-3. That's only Jackson's second missed PAT of the season. And the Broncos will trail by 1. We'll step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Broncos answer back. 5-yard touchdown run by Colt McCanna. PAT was no good. Your score 14-13. As Ryan Jackson will kick it back to Fort Scott. Kick, good one. It's going to bounce. Fielded at the 15-yard line. As that is Colton Rogers with the return.
I think Rogers kind of ran into the back of his own blocker right there and kind of slowed the play down. We'll see if the Broncos can come out here. And we last week we ran a 6-man front, and they've been kind of shifted in and out of a 5, so they might consider going back to that 6-man front, which worked so well against Paolo's running offense, which is very similar.
So this drive will start at the 31-yard line for Fort Scott. One receiver to the far side, one to the near side. Handoff. Breaks in an initial tackle, as that's Jasper Allison, the ball carrier. He'll pick up 4 on the play.
You know, still giving up chunks of yardage, 3 and 4 yards, making third down pretty easy for him.
Yeah, that time Anderton had a chance to make the tackle, and Allison was able to break free of it and ultimately picked up a couple extra yards. Allison the back. He'll pitch it outside. Cal Cousins with the carry.
Good job by Bo Gardner to string that play outside all the way to the sideline. He didn't have anywhere else to go. That's exactly what the outside needs to do.
No gain of 1, so minimal gain will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Big chance to force a 3 and out here for the Broncos. Haven't forced one yet. We'll see what they can do here. Dropping back, now throwing. Van had a guy open, but ultimately the pass was dropped by Cedric Martin, and a missed opportunity by Fort Scott will force them to punt the ball back to the Broncos.
And that was a really well called play. It was there, like he just dropped it, but the coverage really wasn't that bad. He was giving him a cushion. I mean, there's just not much you can do on a stop route like that.
So ultimately, 4th down, and that'll be Ryan Powell to return. A low kick, takes a Fort Scott bounce, and the Broncos will wisely just let it roll.
Like they thought about it for a second. You're like, get away, get away.
With how we've seen the ball fumbled tonight and that drop pass, just stay away from that one.
Well, that had it just came off his foot kind of odd, and it was rolling down the field really awkwardly. That's just like a fumble waiting to happen.
Right. So Broncos start this drive at their own 30-yard line.
This is right where they need to assert themselves. They need to get a good, solid drive down the field.
Defense did a good job there getting off the field. Hopefully they can gain some swagger back. McCanna, shoestring tackled in the backfield. That was Jacob Snyder with the tackle.
Well, Snyder came flying through there.
Be a loss of 3.
Now I hear the coaches saying, how is their nose making that play? I was wondering where he came from, and that is surprising.
Almost like he went unblocked. Beshore and McCann run into each other. Torres will drop this one. Called a forward pass, so it wasn't a fumble.
Hit his hands, and it might have had a little heat on it, but you got to be able to bring that in.
And do you see McCann and Beshore get hit each other as Beshore rolled out? McCann and him hit each other and didn't seem to make an impact on the timing, but
They'll still kind of throws you off a little bit. Just
Beshore drops back. Now scramble out of the pocket, looking to throw, still on his feet. Pump fake, and pick up a good chunk of yards, but it won't be enough. Looks like
probably going to have to punt.
Yeah. With how the Fort Scott offense has been playing, it's tough to go for it here if you don't get it, knowing that they'll start the drive in their own territory. And yeah, it's 4th down and 3, so.
Yeah, if you're at 4th and 1, you might consider it, but I'd say I agree with you. 4th and 3, it's time to punt and play field position right now.
Tush push on 4th and 1. Spiraling kick by Carson Royal. That was Torres, or nope, correction, not Torres. It looked like 9. That was Cohen Shuckman. Comes in and makes a good tackle on special teams.
That was a great open field tackle. You love to see it. That's difficult. People don't realize how hard it is to, wrap up a moving target that's running, trying to shift.
At the
35-yard line is where Tigers start this drive. Broncos forced their first 3 now of the game last time. This will be a handoff to Cal Cousins. Plunges forward. Anderton in on that tackle. Also, Cade Myers there. 2nd down and 3.
Well, the offensive lines for both teams are definitely winning the line of scrimmage battle.
And hands it off. That's Allison. He's going to be hit. And swarm of Bronco defenders there. Anderton in on the play. That was also Myers in there too. And it looked like Riley Frank.
Big 3rd down here.
Yeah, you're right. Crucial 3rd down. Both teams' defense started to come alive.
Got to think they're thinking hard count because the Broncos tend to jump.
And take snap, handoff Allison. He'll be hit.
I think he's got it. Looks like he was able to squeak just underneath a little bit.
Yeah, he needed to gain the 45, and that's where he got to. And they'll signal to move the chain. So Fort Scott converts on 3rd down.
Only so much you can do when you got less than a yard to go and a big, nasty offensive line.
Right, and they have so many different guys in the backfield that can run it. It's hard to just guess which guy they're going to hand it off to. It could be a quarterback sneak, or they could hand it off or go end around. You never know. 1st down and 10. Van rolling out, looking to throw. Throwing deep. And pass will fall incomplete.
Uh-oh, we got a penalty.
I wonder if it was on.
I think he might have said something because
maybe
he's pointing at number 9, and number 9 has got his head down walking off the field, and you hear the Fort Scott coaches over there in the box.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, that's awful late to come in, but.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't any type of interference or holding on either team, so he obviously said something he shouldn't.
That'll back Fort Scott up 15 yards, so 2nd down and 25 now.
He had a step when he started his route, when he started his cut. The quarterback just didn't get it to him,
and they ran that same play earlier where they hit him over the middle of the field last time. This time, Broncos defense had it covered.
Yeah, much better coverage.
And it's good to see they're making in-game adjustments. Their last defensive series was good, and this time Van Keeper, and goes up the middle, nowhere to go. Bo Gardner in there. Also looked like Cooper D. Albini.
You know, Cooper hasn't played a whole lot of defense until the last couple of weeks. I think they're realizing they need his athleticism and his height.
Time a good tackle. Wonder if we'll see Fort Scott try and be conservative here on this play call, or if they try and go for it. Yep, handoff up the middle. That was Cal Cousins, the ball carrier, and Siler Stewart with the tackle for the Broncos, and he'll force a punt.
You know, what's crazy is we saw them trade touchdowns for the first few series, and now the defensive, and that's how football works. It's just, you know, the defensive made adjustments. They're kind of figuring it out. Now it's the offense's turn to start making some adjustments.
Broncos will get the football back with 6:14 to play till halftime. Kick will bounce, and they're not going to touch it. Takes a Fort Scott bounce, and it'll be
roll
down. Yeah.
Probably should have been fielded, but again, it came awkward off of his foot, and it would have been it wasn't an easy punt to field. It wasn't your typical spiral. It was kind of wobbling around, so when in doubt, get away.
Yeah. Time they do that. Long field to go for the Broncos to put some points on the board this possession. Plenty of time left in the second quarter. Be Shore and the boys come back out on offense. One receiver to the near side, two to the far. Can of the back lined up this time. Nope, it'll go across the middle. That's Ryan Jackson with the catch. And he'll have the first down, a gain of 11 on that catch and run.
That's a nice slant pass. Nice slant route by Jackson.
Yep, quick pass, easy first down. Good way to get some rhythm.
Right, slants, that's a hard route to cover.
Be Shore dropping back, still surveying. Now he'll scramble. He'll tuck it and run. He'll be hit around the 30-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 4.
You know, they got to be careful. They don't really need to abandon the running game. They've got a lot of time. I mean, they're definitely not in a 2-minute drill situation. So,
yeah, we've seen Be Shore carry the ball quite a bit early in this one, as Fort Scott's played some pretty good coverage and ultimately forced Be Shore out of the pocket. Hand off to Torres. He'll be hit, breaks that tackle. Be a positive gain on the play, not of much though. Maybe I misspoke. It was about 4-yard gain.
You know, the way he fell, he's such a tall kid. I think he just got the benefit of his height.
Fort Scott had it stopped up there, but Torres, big frame guy, able to break that tackle. Handoff, McKenna spins off one, and he'll be spun down. Not before he gets the first down.
Good hard run by McKenna again, and that's what he does. He gets first downs and he gets touchdowns.
That's all you can ask.
Right.
Touchdowns in defense. Be Shore handoff. This time up the middle. Nice. McKenna's going to break free, and he'll be brought down. That was an awkward looking fall by McKenna.
You know, McKenna almost seems a step slow. Like when he cut, I don't know if he slipped a little bit when he cut to go out. He just kind of got stonewall. I don't know if the guy's got to be sore. I mean,
yeah, sore of 154 carries already this season.
Yeah.
This time he gets another one. Plunges up the middle and another chunk of yards. Second down and short for the Broncos. Called a second down and 3.
McKenna again breaks the first tackle, dives for the first down.
So Broncos continue this drive into Fort Scott territory. Seeing them really lean on McKenna now. Started this drive with quick pass, and after the B-Shore quarterback keeper, it's been all run since. Trying to wear down that Fort Scott defensive line. Handoff off the right side. That's Patrick Stump, and nothing going there.
And they read that one from the get-go. There was no confusion at all. It's a big second down for the Broncos.
Backs him up 2 yards. And
Second down and 12 from the 42-yard line.
see what the Broncos can get going here. McKenna lined up behind B-Shore.
Reverse.
Around. Yep.
You know, that was well played by the Tigers. They've obviously seen something that made them think about that, and they played it really well.
And that was Stump. And yeah, it's been tough for the Broncos. They've been tackled for loss, and like you said, as the season goes along, you start to see film, and you can tell these Tigers really watch their film and making it tough on the Broncos tonight.
Right.
McKenna lined up to the right hip, and we'll have a timeout by Spring Hill.
Probably a good decision. You've got a couple timeouts. They've got 3. As a matter of fact, you might as well think about it and get the right play. You got 3rd and long, probably 2 down territory going into the next one, but you want to make this as easy as possible. You don't want Fort Scott to get the ball back, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're almost thinking, if he's thinking about going for it, if it's a run here, planning on going for it on 4th down, as there's only 2 minutes left, but Fort Scott does still have all 3 of their timeouts. So something to think about.
You know, the coach, I'd agree. We mentioned the Fort Scott coaching staff has seen some film, and they also they might have an insider. They have a Coach Feeback too, Brennan Feeback. Coach Feeback's son. He's on the Fort Scott coaching staff, so that's kind of fun. We wonder why did Spring Hill come down and play Fort Scott? Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's
got the coaching connection.
Quite of an advantage there. Not saying it means a lot to the play calls, but he certainly knows the system his dad likes to run.
Right. You think they talk during the week, or is it radio silence?
You never know. I bet they'll talk after the game.
Right.
B-Shore rolling out, looking to throw. We're going to have a flag come in. Might be
got a
coming
hold,
up.
or what do we
coming
got?
Back.
Hold, it looks like. This is an interesting call because, you could put him in 3rd and really long, or you bring it to, they're going to decline and go to 4th down, it looks like. So
yeah, I can't blame them for that.
No, I think you take the down. I think that's a good call, and it's still long enough to where Spring Hill's probably going to have to punt.
Yep. So the Broncos will play field position here as they bring the punt crew on the field. Carson Royal will punt it away. High kick, hangs up in the wind. Takes a Spring Hill bounce, and it'll be down.
They probably should have added a block in the back to that. The Fort Scott return team was shoving the gunner for the Broncos. Even if you don't have it, you still can't block them in the back.
Right. You could see how that wind just held that football up.
Right.
Looking at the flags here, it's blowing a good 20 miles an hour at least.
Right. Which for a punt, that's a good thing. You want that hang time to get under there so you can get your return team underneath the cover. Most of the time you just think of distance.
Right. Handoff up the middle, that's Allison. Gaps closed quick by the Bronco defense. Gardner in there on that tackle. Big gain of 2. Clock will continue to wind.
I think Fort Scott's got to feel pretty good about taking a 1-point lead into the halftime. It's not something they expected, They
don't want to do anything crazy here and go down or throw an interception. Spring Hill will get the ball at the half, though, so that'll be a crucial possession coming out of the locker room.
You know, I'd like to listen to the halftime adjustments and halftime speech that Spring Hill's going to get, because I'm sure it's going to be colorful.
Yeah.
As it should be. But Fort Scott came to play. You know, right now they've been out physicaling and they've been winning the point of attack, and credit to them. They came ready to go. They don't care if a bigger school came down south to play them.
Yeah, they've held their own in this one so far. And they're hanging tight with one of the best teams in 5A, who were Broncos. Handoff, Allison hit right away, and gang tackled by the Broncos.
Wisely looks like they are content to, well, no.
Call timeout.
Call timeout, set up their punt. It's interesting. So they're going to have to punt and give the ball back to Spring Hill real quick. So you know, they want to make sure that they're avoiding a catastrophic play, and Spring Hill's thinking they might be able to have some sort of return and maybe even set up a final play of the half.
Yeah, they had that one return on the kickoff that was pretty solid return.
Right. Now you're thinking, okay, we're still getting the ball back. Maybe we could have used some of those timeouts, and instead of having 15 seconds, we could be looking at closer to 40.
Yeah, I think the Tigers were set on just taking it to halftime, and
well, I think we were too. I don't think just the way the plays unfolded. And
so coming up at the half, we'll have the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show. That'll start at the conclusion of this half. Ryan Powell to return, standing on the 45-yard line. Fair caught, and it'll be fair caught at the 42-yard line in Fort Scott territory.
And we've got timeouts. You know, we can run a play, maybe two.
And this is where you'd like to be going the other way, where you're with the wind and
right.
kick a field goal. It makes it tougher kicking into the wind.
You know, that was their only good punt snap. Well, that was the only one that wasn't a wobbly punt snap, and that one almost went over the punter's head.
Right. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side. Be sure will drop back. Still surveying. Now throw late, and it'll be out of bounds, intended for Jackson Torres. 8 seconds left.
Time for at least one more play or two quick ones.
Ball at the Tiger 42-yard line. Snap. B-Shore gets it out quick to McCanna. He'll get it to the outside. Goes down, and the clock hits triple zeros. So it'll end the half. Coach Feeback is not happy over there on the far sideline. Your score at the half, 14-13. We'll step away, and when we return, we'll have the Michael Grant Farm Bureau halftime show. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live. So sorry about that. You can see there is the clock's at triple zeros, but they're going to grant the timeout by Coach Feeback. So Broncos still have life in the first half. So we all thought it was going to half. Fort Scott was running to the locker room. But now this is more reasonable. At the 26-yard line, you can kind of chuck something up and hope somebody goes up and catches it.
I'd agree. I think this throw it to the end zone, flood the field. Let's see what you can do. Tip drill. Very confusing. I think Coach Feedback was arguing that I called timeout because the coaches called from the sideline. They're trying to figure it out, and the Fort Scott coaches are upset. They're saying, well, set the ball if we're going to play. Like, you're confusing us. Like, just
right.
Whatever your decision is, make it. Like, do it.
Yeah, the PA announcer announced halftime. And
right.
Coach Feedback was going in over there on the far line judge.
If McKenna goes out of bounds, it's a non-issue. Right. He probably should have just went out of bounds.
Eashore will drop. Oh. They blew it dead. I don't see any flags on the field, though.
I don't think the officials were ready somehow.
They blow the whistle there. Eashore drops back. He's going to throw across the middle, looking for Torres. Caught! Oh! And he was close. He was close, but ultimately, even if it was caught, he'll be out of bounds and short. So your score at the half, Fort Scott leads the Broncos 14-13. When we return, we'll have the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri.
Repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Auction Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health, advanced healthcare, advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Michael Grant at...
Oh, sorry about that. So we've reached the halfway point in this one. The Tigers lead at 14-13, and they're giving the Broncos a little bit more of a test than they thought coming in. The Broncos offense had some productive drives. They had a costly fumble that stopped one of their drives, but ultimately Colt McKenna was able to get in there on a score. And Fort Scott in the run game was looking solid there early in the first quarter. Really the whole first quarter they were able to get some big gaps created by the offensive line. And like Matt talked about, both offensive lines have done really good. The defensive lines have struggled more, but we saw in the second quarter there some of the defenses starting to step up. The halftime show is brought to you by Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. So Broncos got a lot to talk about in the locker room, as this is a big game, and you could see the Colts played a factor in this one, as there's been quite a bit of drop balls, almost four fumbles. There's been 2 for sure, but it's been a challenging game, and it almost seems like a trap game for Spring Hill looking at Fort Scott's record, but they're not letting the Broncos blow them out tonight. It's going to be a close one down to the last whistle.
Yep. You know, I think that the Broncos right now look a little shell-shocked. Like they probably came in a little overconfident. They came up a big win last weekend, and thinking, all right, we're really good. We need to go down there and take care of business. And they realize that, oh, you know what? This team's playing at home. They're fired up. They're ready to go. Coach Feedback, the Fort Scott Coach Feedback's probably been talking all week, getting them riled up, and they're not going to just lay down for Spring Hill. You know, Spring Hill's going to have to come out, and they're going to have to be a lot more efficient on defense. Offensively, they really haven't played too bad. I mean, 13 points. You could probably argue that, you know, they'd like to have a couple more scores, but defensively, I think is where they're getting beat. They're getting beat at the point of attack right now. And just the defensive line really needs to step it up.
Right, I agree. And on the offense, it's really been a balanced attack. It hasn't been the Colt McKenna just run every play. It's been passing. It's been B-Shore getting out of the pocket and running. And then obviously you have Colt McKenna, and there's other guys making plays. So I like how balanced it's been. We'll see if that can continue. So we'll step away. When we come back, we'll get you some scores around the area, and we'll talk a little bit more about the first half. We'll be back after this. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute. For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health, because orthopedics is our game. joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stos with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Everyone loves a special occasion to come together to celebrate. The Meadowlark is one of the premier wedding venues in the Kansas City area. But it's even more. Beyond nuptial and corporate events, the Meadowlark is now bringing live music to the area. Come enjoy a night of dinner, drinks, and entertainment without waiting for an invite. Follow Meadowlark Events-Live on Facebook for upcoming shows. Now you have even more reasons to celebrate at the Meadowlark.
So welcome back, as we're going to bring you guys the dance team here. Let you see. So we can continue the pregame show here. The Michael Grand Farm Bureau halftime show here. Matt Jones has some scores around the area for you guys.
Yeah, a couple interesting scores of note. I haven't been able to find too many. I know Lewisburg right now is up 20-0 over Ottawa, which is probably expected. An interesting score is Gardner Edgerton, the number one ranked team in 6A, is currently losing 14-7 to Olathe East. Olathe East, a little bit of a resurgent, but definitely unexpected to see them leading Gardner Edgerton in half. Haven't found any of the others yet, but I'm still looking to try and see what we can come up with. But moving forward in this game and at halftime, what adjustments do we make? I mean, the line of scrimmage is the line of scrimmage. There's not a whole lot of adjustments we can make just beating the man in front of you.
Right.
But what do you see defensively that we can do to slow down that Fort Scott rushing attack?
I think the defense, honestly, they've been rushing it, or they've been running the ball a lot. I think you put more guys up front and just don't let them beat you that way.
Right.
You know that's what they want to do. If they're going to beat you, make them beat you through the pass game. So sell out and stop the run game is something that I would look for in the second half for Spring Hill's defense. And then in the second half, really get the run game going. I like the balance attack, but get back to what's got you here to the 5-1 record is the run game. Colt McCann, we all know what he can do, and just try and wear down that defensive line of Fort Scott, and it'll pay off later in the game. And also, when you waste that much clock, it gives your defense a chance to rest, and they come on the field and they're ramped up, they're ready to go, and they're flying around the field.
I agree. I haven't counted, but I don't think McCann has he carried the ball 10 times.
It's close to that number, I would guess.
Now granted, you want to take the load off of him, but he's your guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't do any good if you lose. So you got to make sure you get to the point, establish the run game with McCann, and then if you can, just the diversity is good. But like you said, you need to feed your beast.
Yep. Yeah, try and slow him down. And this is a big game because Spring Hill wins this, they could play for the Frontier League title next week. That'll be a big one, win or loss here against Lewisburg, who's currently up big in their game. I think you said 20-0.
Yep, 20-0 over Ottawa. Ottawa's improved. They've been kind of the doormat of the Frontier League for a lot of years, but they have improved a ton. We were really impressed with them. That was a tight game that we played a couple weeks ago at home against Ottawa, and we squeaked out a victory. And they're going to have to do it again tonight. These close games are going to pay off.
Yeah.
If you just roll over everybody off every year, you're not tested. So right now they're in a dogfight, and Fort Scott's excited, and right now the little cheerleaders are out on the field. The whole community's here, so we need to come out ready to go and assert themselves.
Yep, Fort Scott looking to pull off the upset on the Broncos here on their homecoming night. We'll step away one more time. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more here on the Michael Grand halftime show. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Massage is more than relaxation. Apex Massage Therapy can go beyond with targeted work for headaches and sinuses, myofascial releases, trigger point therapy, neuromuscular therapy, reflexology, cupping, and hot stones. Kylie's hands go right to the problem areas and work out all the issues. She is certified in prenatal massages, oncology, lymphatic drainage, pre- and post-surgery massages, and she can also work on minors and athletes. For openings and specials, like and follow Apex MT on Facebook.
Oh, hi, honey. Hi, Grandma. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to make it today. I have way too much homework, and you don't have enough internet.
Oh, honey, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, I need more internet in my house.
Well, you could have just called, right?
Oh.
Call Go Brawley today.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Craving a quick pick-me-up, tasty lunch, or afternoon treat? Have you been to The Bean? The Bean Coffee and Cafe in downtown Spring Hill is that rare mix of hometown charm and uptown style. At The Bean, they brew the finest cup of coffee, tastiest teas, and most refreshing smoothies and frappes around. The Bean is proud to serve delicious, handmade pastries by Scratch KC, and they have the best breakfast, lunch, and convenient grab-and-go options in town. Have you been to The Bean? The Bean Coffee and Cafe, downtown Spring Hill.
So welcome back in to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau halftime shows. We're just about set for third quarter action. And talked about it a little bit off air about ball security, how big that is for the Broncos here in the second half. I mean, they had one time they had the ball on the ground. Just securing the ball is going to be crucial this second half. And it seems like one turnover could be the turning point of this game with how it's turned into a defensive battle.
Well, I'd agree with that. That we've got to keep the ball, and I think right now we need to feed McCann. We need to give him the ball. Maybe pop in a throw here and there just to keep him honest, but we need a healthy dose of Colton McCann right now moving forward.
I agree. We'll see that very soon as the Broncos will get the second half kickoff. They won the toss and deferred.
I found some more scores. One local one, Parsons and Frontenac is 0-0, or 0-0, and Frontenac is a traditional Southeast Kansas power. And Parsons has not been a traditional power, so interesting to see how that game turns out. And Tonganoxie is up 14-7 over Eudora. Both teams have been ranked in 4A this year, along with Lewisburg. So the Frontier League has had 3 4A ranked teams, so it's very competitive. But ahead of them, they've got the trifecta of St. James, Bishop Miege, and St. Thomas Aquinas. It's all in 4A. So we'll see how those Frontier League teams can do, and it's fun to follow them and knowing that we've played each one of them this year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. 2 more weeks of regular season action after this. Looks like things are set for the second half kickoff.
Going to have the win, so I'd expect him to kick it a little deeper than he had in some of his previous ones. So hopefully get a good return, set the offense up with some good field position.
That'll be Ryan Powell and Holden Lau back to return for Spring Hill. Lennox Van will kick it away for Fort Scott to get things started here in the second half. Squib kick will be fielded, and Wisely just goes down.
Wise.
Yeah.
He thought about it for a minute, and the coaches up here in the box are yelling, ball, ball, and he did. It was good. You don't want anything crazy to happen. We're talking about ball security 30 seconds ago.
Yep, that was Jacob Anderson on the recovery there. And you get good field position, not really much of a reason to try and pick up a couple extra yards and risk that fumble. Colt McCann the back. Quick pass out to Torres, and he'll be shoestring tackled as he falls forward near the 45-yard line.
You know, if he catches that ball on the run, he's probably got a little bit larger gain. The ball kind of floated in the air a little bit, and he had to wait for it because his block was there, and, you know, he still made something positive out of it.
Right, he had a lot of green grass ahead of him if he was able to break that tackle. Nice open field tackling by Fort Scott. 2nd down and 5, handoff. McCanna goes to the right, trucks forward, 1st down, and into Tiger territory.
You can tell the way he goes through the line of scrimmage. He's just shifty. He's got a little bit of everything in his arsenal.
It's not somebody you see every day. Broncos glad they have him on their team and not the other team.
No, that's for sure.
Fresh set of downs for the Broncos at the Fort Scott 47-yard line. McCann the back turn, handoff up the middle. Not much there. He'll gain about 2 up to the 45-yard line.
Number 5, Colton McCann, the ball carrier. On the stop, number 73, Luke Harris. Gain of 2.
So they fed McCann 2 plays in a row. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Goes to McCann the 3rd straight time. McCann cuts back, cross midfield, out in the open across the 30. 20, still on his feet. He's a hard man to bring down.
He is, and he was waiting for his receiver to block for him down. He was being patient, waiting. He's like, go, 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 go. You got to do something. He finally just had to commit and cut up field.
Yeah, he's so shifty. He cut back quite a bit of times there, broke a lot of tackles, and snaps off a big run for the Broncos. Puts them inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. Broncos driving here early in the 3rd quarter.
You know, it's interesting. Fort Scott's using a 4-man front against this running attack.
Torres gets it. Still on his feet, going. He's going to be in the end zone. Jackson Torres, 18-yard touchdown run as the Broncos get the scoring started early in the 3rd quarter and take their first lead of the game.
I like the way they stretched that play out. They took the end around, and Torres did the rest of the work, breaking some tackles and streaking to the end zone.
Yeah, it's hard to bring any of these Broncos utility players down. McCann, they're going for 2, cuts back, try and go the other way, and 2-point attempt will be no good. But the Broncos take their first lead of the game. They lead 19-14, 10:05 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll step away for 30 seconds. When we return, Broncos to kick it away. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a 3rd-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Welcome back. Thanks to an 18-yard touchdown run by Jackson Torres, gives the Broncos their first lead of the game with 10:05 to play. And Ryan Jackson will go ahead and kick it away.
You know, it's like they were listening to us. They were saying, feed McKenna, feed McKenna. That's exactly what they did, and it set up a touchdown for Jackson Torres. But McKenna, once again, doing the bulk of the work on that drive.
They had so much focus on him there. Left Torres for a big run.
Very well played.
It's a good tackle. That was Cade Myers on the tackle. Spun him down, stopped him in his tracks.
You know, I've coached a lot of middle school football, and that was exactly what you want to do. They all got down in their lanes, and they broke down, and they all tackled them together. That is exactly how you want to do it and make their job as easy as possible.
So long field to go for Fort Scott. Bronco defense hungry to force a punt or turnover here. Lennox Van back. Now he'll keep it. Runs it around the right side. Coming in to make the tackle is Ryan Powell. It'll be a 2-yard pickup on the play.
You know, if you notice, they went to a 6-man front there, and it's what worked against Paola, so it's interesting they made that adjustment at halftime. And, you know, another wrestler, Ryan Paul, coming in for the double leg takedown.
That's what we talked about. Selling out to stop the run, make them beat you somewhere else. And
yeah, I agree. They're gonna have to make them throw, and if they start making some progress in the throwing game, drop out of the 6-man front.
Mm-hmm. Quarterback keeper, now ball's going to be on the ground. It'll be a big loss on the play.
You know, that's tough when you have the option. When you're constantly making reads and pulling the ball, there's always the threat of a fumble.
Yeah, Van was getting spun down, and he still threw it. I'm surprised he didn't just tuck it and fall down, because that could have easily bounced into the end zone and been a safety.
Right.
But big play for the Bronco defense as they got to Van immediately and forced that. Now a 3rd down and very long. Looks like a 3rd down and 21. To the near side, one to the far side. Van drops back, looking left, and tries to get it to the guy in the flat. Allison was the intended target, falls incomplete, and the Broncos defense stands strong on their first.
You know, they've done a good job. Just the penetration they've got on the defensive line, you can tell that they've adjusted their gaps a little bit, and they found some weaknesses, and they're trying to exploit it.
Yeah, they got to Van quickly there. That's something you want to see.
Yeah, and on the last 2 plays, he's been running for his life.
Turn the pressure up there and force a 3 and out. The punt nearly blocked. If Fort Scott bounce, it's a good one. It'll be down at the 40-yard line, is where B-Shore and the troops will come out and start this drive.
You know, that's a ball you probably need to field. It's tough for the punt returning, and you know, people don't really talk about how difficult it is to return punts, but you know, you're back there for a reason, and that's something you got to get up there and catch. And you know, we lost 10 yards of field position, so we need to be careful.
Right. I wonder if Coach Feeback told his punt returners, like, be careful, the wind's blowing crazy, and like the ball's going to be flying around in the air, and
you could be 100% right.
Hand off McKenna. He's going to be hit right away and drop for a loss.
The defensive line looks like they had a stunt called, and they just penetrated right through the gaps there. There's not much we could do about that. That's they just blew the play up.
Yep, that was linebacker J.C. Gross that made the tackle on that play. 2nd down and 11 for your Broncos. McKenna the back. Looking to throw, has a wide open guy. Ball's going to be caught. Ryan Jackson.
And he waited for it. You thought for a second maybe it was going to be too short, and he did a good job coming back for the ball.
Yeah, it was the wind that ultimately
blew
it back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's blowing right into B-Shore's face. I mean, Jackson had him beat by 10 yards.
He did.
If they're with the win, he's probably in the end zone right now.
That's 100% right.
McKenna Handoff, cuts it out to the right side, still on his feet. Hurdle. And inside the 10-yard line, tackled at the 7. 19-yard run by Colt McKenna. Colt McKenna is making his name known in this half, as if he hadn't already in the first half. Handoff McKenna again, up the middle, follows his blockers all the way into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. 7-yard touchdown run by Colt McKenna. Hoists the Broncos out to a 25-14 lead at the moment.
And again, just that patience from McKenna. He just waits, and when he decides to go, the acceleration right through that hole is phenomenal.
He just puts his foot in the ground and follows his lead blockers. That offensive line's done a great job to start this second half. Broncos extend their lead to 2 possessions, 26-14 Broncos with 7:15 to play. We'll step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live. Sorry about that difficulty there.
You know, as we move forward in this game, you got to look at that 34-yard reception by Ryan Jackson. It's just one of the possibilities for the absolute painting play of the game. That was an impressive play. He came back for the ball, and like you mentioned, the wind caught it, and he did a good job adjusting his route to come back and make the catch.
I agree. Broncos kick it back to Fort Scott. It'll be a touchback. Fort Scott will start deep in their own territory again.
It's a good touchback against the wind.
Yeah, low kind of squib kick.
Yep, that was a good idea.
Ryan Jackson has a good leg on him.
He does.
Only had one field goal on the season, a 33-yarder, but this Broncos offense can put points on the board in a hurry, and we've seen it here 5 minutes into the third quarter, 2 touchdowns.
Look for that option again. They've been running it all the time.
Handoff, Allison up the middle. Can't tell who that is on the tackle.
It's hard to say. There's a whole
Looks like
slew of Broncos.
Tia foul, I think.
That's who's down right now.
Yeah. So we'll step away as they attend to him, and we'll return when they get things cleared up.
Whether you're trying to make...
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
So welcome back here as they get things cleared up on the field. Hope Tia foul is all right. 2nd down and 5 for Fort Scott offense. Off the right side, that's Cal Cousins. Bo Gardner in there, and
Myers did a good job. He got sucked in a little bit at the beginning, and then he did a good job disengaging from his guy that he was going against, and he was able to string that play out. So he kind of saved the day for himself.
Yeah. Third down and short for Fort Scott. This would be a great time to get in the backfield and
sure would
bring him down for a loss of about 2 or 3. Handoff up the middle. He'll have the first down. Jasper Allison.
He's had a game. He's got a lot of carries, and he's been getting 3, 4, 5 yards a pop.
Yeah, he's been their go-to guy. You know, they got quite a bit of options, but he's going to be sore tomorrow. This Broncos defense hits hard. Van drops back, pressure coming. He gets drilled, as that was Myers in the backfield. And that pass was overthrown, intended for Cal Cousins.
I was watching the defensive secondary, and we had really good coverage on the back end of that. I wish I could have seen that hit.
Yeah, Siler Stewart was out there. But, yeah, I mean, Myers came off the edge almost unblocked, and
nice.
He got to him. Wind hasn't slowed down since kickoff in this one.
I think it might actually picked up looking at the flag.
Yeah. Handoff to Allison.
You know, watching the way he runs with the ball, he's not covering. He's only running through the hole with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see why they were punching the ball earlier in the game. It's probably something they noticed in their film studies. The way he carries the ball, he would definitely be susceptible to fumbling. But strong kid.
Yeah, that's a good point you make. 3rd down and 5 from the 37. Dropping back, Van finds his guy. It'll be incomplete. He had a guy open. That was Ty Marbury. Pass falls incomplete, and Fort Scott's going to have to punt.
You know, like earlier he was open, but the pressure that we're putting on Malone in the backfield made a big difference on his ability to throw the ball.
And it's another missed opportunity by Fort Scott. They had a play on 3rd down earlier in the game, about the same field position. It was a drop. They ran the same play that time. Same thing happens.
Go.
Kick will bounce at the 40 and go out of bounds around the.
Like it tiptoed.
Out of bounds at the Bronco 28. It's where Broncos will come out for their 3rd drive of the 3rd quarter.
And this is where they need to
assert
themselves.
Flag on the field.
Against
rough in the kicker.
That was against Fort Scott.
Oh.
But I don't know. Oh, personal foul.
I don't know what I was looking at there. That'll certainly help the Broncos starting field position, as they've come out in this second half and done everything we talked about they needed to do
exactly
at the halftime show. See if they continue it here.
Getting the roll that the ball took on the punt. It looks like they're getting that and a little bit more back.
So officially, this drive will start at the 43-yard line. It went out of bounds at 28. Colt McKenna lined up behind Beshore. Turn, handoff McKenna. Big gap, cuts outside. Now trying to get the edge.
What a wall. You got to love it when your receivers are out there. They're blocking.
Right.
They've got their chest facing the inside of the field, so you've got a lane to run to the outside. That's very well done. And, blocking in the secondary is a difficult task because you got a target that's quick and athletic and it's trying to move and just moving your feet and punching and staying with them.
Yeah, that's such a good job. The Broncos offensive line and their receivers have done a really good job just being able to get McKenna to be able to have the edge. That time they do it again.
Well, when you got a guy like that in the backfield that you know is talented and you know that's going to run hard, it makes you want to do those little things hard for him because that's your reward of saying, you know what, I blocked really good. I did my job, and I was able to help that play.
I agree.
Football's like the ultimate team sport.
Torres motions across. Flag comes in. Torres will be tackled near the first down marker.
Assume that. Yep, that's coming back.
Is it an illegal motion?
I believe so. I don't know if they had 2 people in motion. I'm not quite sure.
It came in right away almost.
Yeah.
So
it was a good play call, though. It was
Right.
exactly what I've done. What I've done, just going the opposite way, different guy. Torres has had a good game.
he has, and they've utilized him in the pass game and the run game. He had that 18-yard touchdown start the scoring here in the third quarter. First down and 15, McKenna. Carrying defenders.
Definitely helps make third down a little bit more manageable.
Pick up a 7.
Got another flag. I don't know where he banged his head. We'll have to phone a friend on that one.
We'll see what the PA announces. Blindside block? Blindside? I don't know. Wouldn't be a blindside block.
Oh, he said targeting.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So targeting. Does that warrant ejections in high school?
I don't think so.
McKenna gets the handoff off the right side. Breaks one tackle, still on his feet, and gets tackled inside the 5-yard line. 15-yard run by Colt McKenna sets the Broncos up. Goal to go from the 5.
And he is just, he's prancing and dancing his way just methodically down the field. A cut here, a cut there, a hop.
Yeah, that offensive line has paved the way for him so far in the second half.
Absolutely.
He's got to love it. And the offensive line's got to love what they're getting from him.
Yeah, they're feeling it.
Handoff McKenna, jump cut, and he's into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown tonight. And McKenna is doing it all in the second half. Things are starting to click for the Broncos. They extend their lead to 32-14. Their 3rd drive and their 3rd touchdown of the 3rd quarter. Ryan Jackson to kick point after. Kick is up, and it's good. The Broncos lead it 33-14 with 4:46 to play. Broncos to kick it back to the Tigers when we return. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Stupid Go Brawley internet.
Go Brawley allows you complete control over internet usage for all devices in your home from anywhere, as it should be. Visit gobrawley.com to learn more.
Welcome back, Bronco fans. Colt McKenna, 3rd touchdown of the game, this time a 5-yard run. He's the one that set him up on that 15-yard run, and he's been running wild in the second half. It's been all Broncos the second half. So they kick it away. Turnable kick. Cal Cousins. He'll be brought down by Lucas Golston on the play.
Another good effort on the kick return team, or the kickoff team, just gang tackling.
Yeah, once again, another good kickoff into the wind. Give the Tigers tough field position. They'll start at their own 24-yard line.
It's a pretty big drive for the Fort Scott offense.
Yeah,
if they come off the field with nothing here, it's going to be pretty treacherous.
Yeah, it feels like make or break, really. I mean, there's still over 16 minutes left in the game, but the way the Bronco offense has been going,
And that's exactly what they needed to get him going. That's the hard thing when they're in the front that the Broncos are in. If you make it 3 or 4 yards down the field, you don't have a whole lot of guys left to stop you.
They pick up first down there and get the ball up to the 40-yard line. It's Lennox Van on the quarterback design run. Van dropping back to throw, finds his man down the far sideline and into Bronco territory.
That was an excellent crossing route. The 2 receivers crossed on the field, and quarterback was able to stay clean, stay on his feet, something he wasn't able to do the last drive, and able to make a great throw and catch.
That's one of the few times Van hasn't been pressured in the second half. Fort Scott's moving the ball quickly.
That was a fun play to watch unfold, just watching the secondary, watching those receivers close, and cross and go their separate way.
I agree. Van drops back looking to throw. Up in the air, Cousins will make the catch. Down around the 10-yard line.
Whitcraft usually, he was there. He just needs to stick up that right arm when he's in coverage. But it was definitely a really well thrown ball, and the catch was phenomenal.
Yeah. Van's displayed his arm a couple times this game. That's really the second big play they've been able to connect on. First one was with Marbury, that time to Cousins, and they're set up at the Bronco 11. Jasper Allison with the carry.
Their workhorse this evening.
Yeah, they're inside the 5-yard line. Second down and 3. Quarterback keeper by Van, and he goes up the middle for a touchdown. Fort Scott puts some points on the board.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for them. They needed to respond in a big way, and they sure did.
Yeah, that'll keep them in the game. Still a lot of game to play. They went down the field quickly there. And the score is 33-20 for the time being. Oh, they're going to line up and go for 2 here. Nope. They'll attempt the PAT. Lennox Van.
Blocked.
It's going to be blocked. Didn't see the number. Looked like Holden Lau that got in there.
I'm not exactly sure.
Blocked it.
There was a host of them.
Yeah, there was. So the score will stay 33-20, as that will be no good for the PAT. Still a 2-possession game either way.
Yeah, still a lot of time to go. So Fort Scott's not going to go off into the sunset quietly, that's for sure.
Nope.
And I wouldn't expect them to. They've got too much pride, too much program history. They've won state multiple times, so they know how to win.
This just feels like a drive where Spring Hill just march it slowly down the field and keep wasting some clock. Yeah, right. That'd be a good, best situation for Spring Hill. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a quick score because that's points, but he'll get the ball back at the 3:20 mark here in the third quarter. Lennox Van will kick it away for Fort Scott.
Got the onside. Oh, good coverage.
Looks like that's Peyton McAvoy.
That was a great job sliding into the recovery.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of bounce that football will take. I mean, luckily it didn't take a bad bounce that time, but
I would have went right over him, I'm afraid.
It sets the Broncos up in good field position to start this drive. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Look to see if they can continue here. Late third quarter, Broncos lead by 13. Play goes across. Torres will be wrapped up and swarmed by Fort Scott defenders there.
And Torres didn't get the exterior blocking he needed on that one.
Yeah, they've tried to run that a couple times. You saw it on his 18-yard touchdown run. That time they weren't fooled. Might have been another time we saw it too.
Well, one of them got called back earlier. I feel like that play needs to be set up by McKenna a couple times, and then they pop it outside.
Be a good concept to see. McKenna lined up behind B-Shore. He'll take the handoff. Goes off the right side, and nothing doing there. Short gain by McKenna. Pick up a 1. And a 3rd down and long.
Well read by the Fort Scott defense. You could see their linebackers and everybody was flowing to that left side of the line.
That gap's closed quickly.
They did.
And this big play here. I mean, you give the ball back to Fort Scott, it might shift some momentum. Playing at home, homecoming.
Right.
You don't want to let them back in this game think they can win the game. You go score a touchdown here, it's a complete different mindset on that Fort Scott sideline. 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw across the middle and incomplete. Ryan Jackson.
Jackson didn't. It's like his slant was a little too deep. If he would have went just a little more shallow, it probably would have been a completed ball. But
yeah, maybe a half second earlier, and he has that ball because he was open.
He was. The ball was thrown pretty well.
Mm-hmm. So the Broncos will be forced to punt for the first time in the second half. Carson Royal. High spiraling kick caught at the 20-yard line, returnable. Cal Cousins trying to get to the right side, hit hard and brought down. That is
Hagan Whitcraft on the initial hit to slow him down. Great job.
Yeah, he came in with some speed and made a hard hit.
He did. Okay, big drive for the Bronco defense coming up here. Look at the end of the 3rd quarter almost, and we need to stop.
Yeah, it's long field to go for Fort Scott, but last time Fort Scott started around here and scored an under 2-minute drive. Handoff up the middle. That's Allison with the carry.
He just kind of slithered right through there. He had some hands on him when he hit the line of scrimmage and was just able to kind of slide right on by.
And it feels like he's always falling forward too, that time for a gain of 7.
I agree.
Allison's been the featured back. We've seen good share of quarterback keepers, and Cousins gotten his touches. Handoff Allison again. Gardner comes in, rips him down. Bronco defense was there. Minimal gain, maybe 1 yard.
Yeah, it was a much better job by the linebackers for the Broncos. They were able to find that gap and get in through there. That's the hardest thing as a linebacker. If you don't play clean, if you get tied up in the line of scrimmage, you can't make tackles if you're in that rugby scrum. You've got to be patient enough to make your read and then commit.
Mm-hmm. Bo Gardner with a good tackle there. 3rd down and short. Spring Hill's going to jump off sides. Spring Hill gets a little too antsy there, and they'll give Fort Scott automatic 1st down. Fresh set of downs at the Tiger 39. Van dropping back, looking to throw. Finds his man. As its pass is complete to Cedric Martin.
Contact was there. The coverage was there. Kept him in front of him at least, but he just couldn't quite wrestle him down. He got carried for about 3 yards.
Yeah, that was Heiss. He hit him right away.
He did.
I thought the pass was going to go incomplete, but Cedric Martin, some strong hands on that catch.
Absolutely.
Van drops back, looking to pass. He gets hit in the backfield. pass is broken up. Good play in the secondary. That was Holden Lau.
I would agree. I think
that play up.
The Fort Scott staff, I think they're looking for some pass interference. So I think that was just really good coverage by the defensive secondary. Had his hand up in the right spot. He was running stride for stride with him, and sometimes just good coverage.
So it'll be another 3rd down and short. And this is probably four down territory for Fort Scott.
Oh, I agree.
They don't get it. Van keeper, he's going to be hit. He picks up the yards he needed.
I kind of got pinballed around there. He bounced off 1 or 2 guys and was able to lunge forward for the 1st down.
Yep, and they get into Spring Hill territory. So they're taking quite a bit of time off the clock. We'll see if they want to run a play before 3rd quarter ends. They do. Handoff. Nope, keeper. Myers comes in and makes the tackle on Lennox Van as that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes remain in this one. Broncos lead at 33-20, but the Tigers are driving. We'll look to see what the Bronco defense can do when we return. And 1 minute, you're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live. Welcome back. 1 quarter remains in this one. Broncos in a dogfight. Fort Scott's driving down the field looking to make this a 1-possession game. Still time on the clock and game's not over yet. Broncos strong 3rd quarter to start. Needing to stop from the defense here. 2nd down and 6. Van rolls out. Now he pitches it. That's Kyle Cousins, open field. As he's going down the sideline, he's gone. Touchdown, Tigers.
That was option football executed exactly how they wanted to see it.
Yeah.
The defensive end crashed down, pitched it, and the cornerback was nowhere to be seen because he was drawn off the ball with the coverage. The receiver was sprinting downfield, and the cornerback went with him. Nobody there to catch the pitch back. Touchdown, Tigers.
That was an excellent play design, and 45-yard touchdown by Cal Cousins. Start the 4th quarter. Makes it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, credit to Fort Scott. They designed that play really well. And, when you have to respect the pass and the situation that the Broncos are in right now defensively, Fort Scott needs to throw the ball. So,
Right.
he erred on the side of going with the receiver streaking downfield. And
so a big play by Fort Scott. They're going to go for it for a 2-point conversion. Van looking, he'll throw it up. Pass batted away. Holden Lau bats it down, and
great defensive play.
The score will stay 33-26. 1 touchdown game here in Fort Scott.
Big sequence for the Broncos coming up here. They've got to control the clock, move the ball methodically down the field.
Yeah, really felt like Spring Hill was starting to run away with this one early on, but
they definitely took control.
Fort Scott came back and punched them in the mouth to let them know, hey, we're still here.
They sure did.
So look for him to feature Colt McCanna a lot in this game. Some scores around the area. We got Bishop Ward leading Baldwin 18-7 with 2:14 to play in the 3rd. Paola goes to a final and wins 54-0 over Bonner. Lewisburg up 33-0 on Ottawa. Tonganoxie leads 20-7 over Eudora. And those are some scores we have for you around the Frontier League. This one shaping out to be a good one. Lennox Van, squib kick is muffed. Now 2 Broncos jump on it.
Gotta be careful there, number 60 for the Tigers. He went shooting across the field like a missile head first. If he would have made contact with anybody, he would definitely, you would definitely see it fly. He's lucky that there was nobody in his way.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary. That was
it's dangerous for him too, because there's a reason they make you keep your head up when you hit.
It's Whitcraft that recovered the fumble, and yeah, it could have been a gnarly hit. I mean, luckily 2 Broncos were there to jump on top of it and secure it. Ball security. Beshore hands it off. Colt McKenna, he's going to be twisted around, yeah. Flags fly.
Face mask?
Face mask, horse collar, one of them.
Usually when McKenna twists himself around, it's he's doing it himself.
I don't think he can do a spin move that fast.
Right. Especially dislocating his neck from his head. Yeah, I'd love to see it on that last play. 77 Pinkham, the lineman, was down there looking for linebackers to hit, and he was just finding people to take out.
That's what you want to see if you're a running back.
Right.
15-yard penalty. Face mask penalty on Fort Scott. Puts the Broncos in Fort Scott territory.
Oh, yelling for the chains. Like, you two guys, come on.
They're just getting cold over there.
They are. Well, it's a fun game to watch. I mean, they're probably enjoying the game just like we are.
Right. Handoff McKenna to the right side this time, as he'll fall across the 40-yard line and be tackled down at the 38.
Just his patience. He's got that little stutter step that's deceptive to watch.
And it didn't look like it was going to be a run of that much, but 8 yards, 7 yards, and he's been doing it all second half. McKenna, turn, handoff, around the right side again, first down, absorbs the contact, and it's brought down at the 30. Great job blocking up front by Spring Hill.
They're doing a great job just moving their feet, flowing, and McKenna's just waiting, biding his time.
First fresh set of downs for Spring Hill at the Fort Scott 30. Handoff McKenna, big gap over the left side. He cuts back. He might go. McKenna. Ball on the ground. McKenna picks it up.
He picked his. Yeah, that's going to be a personal foul against Fort Scott. Well, I'll tell you what the flag for is, coach. Yeah, that was a cheap shot is what it was. So McKenna, the ball was stripped, but he was across the goal line. So, I mean, regardless, the ball crossed.
Right.
He's good. Heck, that was a heck of a run right there. That might be one of the plays of the game.
Yeah.
That definitely could be. It's like he ran an S-curve running through the defensive secondary. He crossed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
He got hit afterwards, fumbled later, and then when he went and picked up the ball, he just got decleated by a Fort Scott defender, which you can't do that. You can't hit a player that's defenseless.
Yeah, he was defenseless, and if he had possession once he crossed that goal line, it's a touchdown.
Right.
And they're going to go ahead and call it a touchdown. So for that, we're going to go ahead and call it the absolute play of the game. Absolute play of the game brought to you by Absolute Painting. From a fresh coat of paint to refurnishing your cabinets, they do it all. This time of year, Absolute turns indoors with incredible interior paint specials. Call for your free quote today, 785-333-9651. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute. Good job by McKenna there. His 4th touchdown of the game.
It was a great job. It was a great run. He just wound and weaved his way through, and I know Fort Scott's not very happy about it, but just, from obviously we're biased, but from our point of view, I think that everything fell into place like it should have on that play. It's a tough one though for them. They're frustrated. I get it.
Yeah, it's they haven't been able to stop McKenna all second half, so I would be
nobody has
pretty mad if I'm on the opposing team defensive coordinator.
Right.
But yeah, you can see their frustration starting to get to them as time's starting to tick away.
Well, and you pull within 7, they're thinking, okay, we need to stop, and then boom.
So 40-26 your score. Broncos extend their lead back to 2 possessions. And that was a big drive they put on there. It was a clinic of offensive blocking, the receivers blocking, and just good play calling. Agreed. To get McCann out in space and let him make the moves he's able to make.
Got another penalty on the coaching staff. Here's a sideline warning probably because coach is on the field.
Yeah, they got.
That's probably valid. He was not only out of the box, he was on the field of play.
Yeah, this will be a shallow kickoff. Kick it off from the Fort Scott 45. After the late hit in the end zone. Just kicks it away, and it'll go out of bounds for a touchback as Fort Scott brings their offense back onto the field. Game's still not over yet. Yep. Stop here by the Bronco defense would go a long way.
Got to think Fort Scott's going to come out passing the ball. They've got to score, and they've got to score quick.
Yep. Fort Scott's last 2 possessions have resulted in points. Lennox Van hands it off, hit right away is Allison.
Once again, he's just breaking that first tackle and getting a couple extra yards.
That was Casey O'Neill in with the initial hit. And it'll be a pickup of, call it 5 yards.
First down has been a thorn for the Broncos. They've given up 4 and 5 yards a pop on first down, and it sure makes second and third down easy when you only have 5 yards to go.
Yeah, and you've seen them be able to get off the field whenever Fort Scott shoots themselves in the foot.
Well covered.
Yep. Siler Stewart in coverage. Intended for Cal Cousins. A little bit of a desperation throw. And a 3rd down and 5. Looks like Allison lined up behind Van. They'll hand it off. Allison falls forward. He'll be short. It'll be 4th down. So an interesting call for Fort Scott.
Got to think the way they've been moving the ball with their offensive line, they've got 2 yards to go. But, I mean, I think you got to go for it here. There's,
I wholeheartedly agree.
Just under 10 minutes, but they've been able to convert these all game. So.
Good time for the Bronco line to stand strong. Van out of the pocket, intercepted. And he might go. He's going to go all the way into the end zone.
And that was red the whole way. Yep. You can see it from up here. The ball just hung just a little too much, and pick 6, baby.
Yeah, that's the dagger right there almost. I mean, clock's not hit zeros yet, but they've tried to run that play multiple times on short conversions like that. That time, Bronco defense wasn't fooled, and Holden Lau takes it to the house. 28-yard pick 6.
And it's I mean, right before that, we're saying they've been able to convert these 2-yard plays all game, and coach is probably thinking, dang it. We're trying to throw them off, but we went away from our bread and butter. But
and I was expecting a run there.
I was too. And you got Jasper Allison, who's 3 and 4 yards pop.
Yep. Broncos make it a 3-score game with 9:27 to play in the 4th quarter. We'll step away for 30 seconds. When we return, Broncos will kick it away. You were watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports.
Strody Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
So welcome back. Broncos big defensive play by Holden Lau. 28-yard pick 6.
An interesting score we were just talking about was Andale 30, Cheney 22, and that's, we were trying to figure out Andale's winning streak, and it's 55, 56 games
up
in
there.
a row.
I mean, at least 4 or 5 years.
And they haven't been close.
Right.
I mean, they're up by 8, and that's actually surprising just to see that it's that close.
I see some scores every week. They put up 85, 77, and you wonder when they might be moved up to 4A.
Another interesting score, Olathe East, upset alert. They're up 21-7 over Gardner Edgerton, number 1 class team in Class 6A.
Fort Scott, long field to go. Van's going to be pressured right away. Forced to get it out. Finds a guy. That is Jasper Allison. Yep.
That was kind of a wild play. Got a penalty flag down. The quarterback was under pressure, and Allison was just kind of circling around trying to get open.
There was multiple Bronco defenders chasing him. They're going to get Spring Hill. They're still discussing.
I'm not sure what they're trying to figure out.
Oh. And it will move Fort Scott forward for automatic first down. What they call it?
Defensive holding.
Okay.
So I guess
that's one
my
you don't hear
ignorance
often.
is like, if there's defensive holding, is that on top of that? Because they added that to the first down play.
Right.
So wouldn't you normally that be a play you declined?
Yeah.
Because you got the first down out of it, or
I think they extended it on. It was after
right.
the play. Yeah. I don't.
That's strange, right? Huh. I guess after the catch, maybe that's when the holding was somehow. Whatever. I don't need to understand it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if Fort Scott keeps running 4 5-yard runs every play, Spring Hill will win the game. This ball is up for grabs. Intercepted at the 35-yard line.
We even had offensive PI. He was just trying his best to shove him out of the way. I don't blame him one bit.
Kendall Heiss on that interception.
He was just heaving it up, trying to make a play, and just under pressure. Wasn't a very good thrown ball, and defensive secondary for the Broncos was in good position, just kind of playing outfield.
That ball's up in the air for a long time, and they're throwing into the wind.
Yep.
Hard pass to complete, but they know they need chunk plays. Spring Hill offense back onto the field. It's been a dominant offensive performance. 4 second-half touchdowns by Spring Hill. Handoff McKenna up the middle. He'll be tripped up. And it'll be a pickup of 8 yards.
It's like he was tripped, and that propelled him to another 4 yards.
Yeah, that was impressive. 2nd down and 2. Now's where you just want to let some clock wind down. Hand off, McCanna around the right side. Has some daylight, still on his feet, and rolls down at the 30. And
see him give the little first down signal with his right arm laying on the ground.
And McCanna's doing it all here in the second half. 3 second half touchdowns, 4 on the game. Another big play there. I don't have the stats, but I'd love to see what he has in the game, yards-wise. First half was more of a balanced offensive attack. Second half has been all run.
Right. Yeah, that's frustrating for a defense. You know what they're doing. You just can't stop it.
Right.
Stump.
Fort Scott stops that one up for a minimal gain, 1 yard pickup by Stump. Clock continues to wind. Can the right hip of Beshore. Stump to the left hip. Keeper by Beshore. And he's inside the 5, and he'll be pushed into the end zone. And looked like he was going to get pushed out, but he got pushed in the end zone.
He sure did.
And that's the 5th second half touchdown by the Broncos. They've blown this one wide open.
Beshore showing some good moves. He was, sometimes he's a little tentative when he runs. That time he was committed to it, and I like to see that. That just adds a level of diversity to this offense. It's when the quarterback run game is effective, it is hard to stop.
Yeah, when you have Colt McCanna, who they're basically selling out to stop, and then you mix in some speed with the quarterback, that's a deadly combo.
It sure is.
All Spring Hill in the second half, 54-26 the score with 7:21 to play in this one.
It's interesting.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. I was yapping away.
Yeah.
No, what I was saying is it just didn't feel like a game that's getting close to a 30-point differential. 5 minutes ago, we were like, okay, Fort Scott stops him right here. Game's going to get interesting. And then we just, the pick six, big run by Beshore, just kind of blows it wide open.
Yeah, the defense really stepped up in the fourth quarter when it got down to a 7-point game, and then everything just went wrong for Fort Scott from there. Since that 4th down play is when that was basically it. And now 7:21 remains.
We had that McCanna run that had the personal foul, and then the pick six, and then this series right here.
And coming into this game, Beshore only had 50 yards rushing is what I have here.
Right, not much.
Which tonight he's showed his skills on the ground. Got to think it's something you're going to see next week. It's going to take everything to beat Lewisburg.
Right.
That's going to be
really
good.
Got to think there'll be a good crowd out next weekend, ready for the Frontier League Championship game at the Shack. The Spring Hill Activity Complex should be rocking.
Yep. I want to be live. BJ Harris will be back with you guys next week.
Right, he better get his act together and start feeling better. He doesn't want to miss that one. Got a new quarterback.
Not much going there. But yeah, Lewisburg will be undefeated next week when they come to your guys' house.
Yep. Their closest game has been Tonganoxie. I think last week was 30-29, and that was a really tight game.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that one.
A lot of the other channels tuning into Spring Hill Sports Live and kind of keeping an eye on it in the background.
Yeah, I'm over with the Galena stream, so we'll have our game Friday night, but I know that you guys will have a good one here. So Cal Cousins runs out of bounds. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. 3rd down.
Fort Scott's got some playmakers. They've definitely got some perimeter speed, as we've seen by Cousins earlier when he broke that long touchdown run. Once he was to the perimeter, he was gone.
Started the fourth quarter, and that was like a wake-up call for Spring Hill.
Another pick.
Oh.
Same kid.
He's going to get it again.
Another pick six for the Broncos, baby.
Wow, have a game. That's Holden Lau
with picks.
With 2 pick sixes today. And you can't have much better of a game than that.
And he returned that one over 40 yards. That was some wheeling and dealing running through there.
2 pick sixes in the same quarter by the same guy. I don't think you'll see that again this year.
We need to look that up in the stats.
Yeah. Holden Lau has some size out there on the corner. He's a hard guy to target. He's good corner out there for Spring Hill, making a big impact in this one. And 61-26, all Broncos in this one. We'll step away for 30 seconds. You are watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Craving a quick pick-me-up, tasty lunch, or afternoon treat? Have you been to The Bean? The Bean Coffee and Cafe in downtown Spring Hill is that rare mix of hometown charm and uptown style. At The Bean, they brew the finest cup of coffee, tastiest teas, and most refreshing smoothies and frappes around. The Bean is proud to serve delicious, handmade pastries by Scratch KC, and they have the best breakfast, lunch, and convenient grab-and-go options in town. Have you been to The Bean? The Bean Coffee and Cafe, downtown Spring Hill.
Another pick six for Holden Lau. Boost the Broncos lead even more. And Cal Cousins, returnable kickoff. Back across midfield, he has some speed. We brought down. You wonder, see Spring Hill start to bring some of their starters out of the game. You don't want to get them injured late in this and for next week.
Yep. I think that would be wise. Give them a little bit of a break.
Right.
Let them rest.
See Bo Gardner still out there. Lau's out there. Still got some of their key defensive players out there. Hand off up the middle. That one went to Jasper Allison. You can see over there, good turnout from Spring Hill fans. They know they got a good team this year and good turnout for the Bronco faithful.
You know, they've shown up all year. Obviously, this is the farthest we've gone, and it's a stretch to drive, but, you know, seeing a good crowd over there. And
especially in a cold game like this.
Right, yeah. My daughter's a cheerleader over there for the Broncos. She's got a little fan club over there that came to watch her.
Yep. Van with a big gain there into Bronco territory. Not much of an impact on this one, just will improve the stats. Make sure and stick around at the conclusion of this for the post-game show where we'll recap all the whole game. Hopefully we can get some stats and some other scores around the area. These Broncos are going to move to 6-1 tonight and a big matchup next week. Van with another carry there for 3 yards. Next week, Fort Scott will take on Coffeyville as they travel to Coffeyville, try and improve on their 3-4 record headed into that one.
Field Kinley High School.
Van handoff up the middle to Colton Rogers. Yep.
So we're seeing a couple fresh faces on the Bronco defense.
And remember, the Broncos only scored 13 points in the first half. It's good to see the adjustments they made on defense.
Right.
And then on offense, just dominating performance.
Yeah, they just unloaded. And really, we were a 7-point game at the end of the third quarter.
Right. And I think this score is what a lot of people were thinking was going to happen at the start of the game. But Fort Scott played hard 3 quarters of this game. The fourth quarter got here, and they scored that touchdown, and it was all Broncos from there. I mean,
well, I think some depth played a factor, and I just think that offensive line finally said, we're tired of this. We're going to take control of this game, and they really literally wore them out.
They did exactly that.
And like you said at halftime, they made Fort Scott throw, which is not their type of football.
Nope.
They put the ball in the position to where they had to press, and end up with 2 pick sixes and a third interception. So
Spring Hill's the bigger team up front, and they just had to prove that in the second half.
Right.
They did just that.
And they made some good adjustments on the defensive line.
Cal Cousins gets upended. And it remains in this one.
Under a minute to go here in Fort Scott.
Run's going nowhere. Been a great experience to call this one with you, Matt.
Well,
see how it's done here on Spring Hill Sports
Live.
That's
right. It was fun. It's always fun. Friday Night Lights. Watching kids live the glory days.
Yep.
And it's pretty fun.
And I know I can't fill the shoes of the B.J. Harris, but
I don't think anybody can.
Right.
He's got big feet.
We're just happy we can broadcast the game live to you guys. Long travel, cold game.
Right. And it's the cool thing for the families is that it's free.
Right.
They pay nothing. The schools pay nothing for this, and that's the best thing is that that's how it should be. High school football should be able to watch grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, wherever they are located, so they can see their family members, their friends play football.
Yeah, it's certainly something great he has going on here with 10 different channels you can stream. Each of them live, Varsity Sports Live. So this one comes to a final 61-26. Broncos win it. Improved to 6-1. Fort Scott falls to 3-4. We move on to next week, and we'll step away. And when we return, we'll have the post-game show here. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and text. We ended up with our dream home all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home. Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
First Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal.
So, welcome in to the postgame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Postgame show is brought to you by Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center. They work with all insurance companies and can get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. And this game, 61-26 the final, and a dominating Bronco performance out of the locker room. They didn't look like themselves there in the first half. The offense did good, but the defense had struggled, and we also saw some fumble troubles by both teams, but ultimately the second half is what the Broncos ruled, and being a second half team isn't a bad thing. You just want to start games better than that, but ultimately got out of here with a victory and improved to 6-1, quality victory. What do you got to say about this one?
Well, I think the big thing is I think they underestimated them a little bit at the beginning, but they asserted themselves, took control of the game, and we're dealing with high school kids, so right. They're not going to always be very predictable, and that's okay. So that's what we love to do, and that's what we love to cover. And looking forward to the Frontier League title game next weekend at Spring Hill Activity Center when we're going to host Lewisburg. So it should be a pretty good environment for high school football, and can't wait.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little less windy than tonight's game, as that seemed to be a factor. But football gets played in any condition. Doesn't matter. It goes on. Right. If it's raining, snowing, whatever. But ultimately, the offensive line, they came alive, and that's what was the biggest part for me.
Dominated.
I mean, Colt McKenna, 4 touchdowns, isn't possible without them. And not just offensive line, the receivers getting out there and setting the edge for Colt McKenna was a big part, and he's breaking off 15, 20-yard runs and just showing his speed and agility, which he's a really special player to watch, and glad I got to come here and actually see him in person, and he's the real deal, I can confirm.
Yep, and BJ's been telling everybody all over the area, you got to watch this kid. You got to watch this kid. You got to watch him. And those that get to watch him, he's pretty impressive. And I think he needs to buy dinner for those linemen, though. He wouldn't do it without them.
They're paving his way for sure, making his job easy. And so we'll go ahead and step away for our second commercial break of the post-game show. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alyssa O'Connor, and I would like to welcome you to Sozo Chiropractic.
So many people only seek out a chiropractor when they are in pain, but ongoing wellness care helps you deal with stress and be healthier. At Sozo Chiropractic, the focus is on holistic wellness for any age. I am Webster certified for prenatal care, pediatric trained, as well as a family chiropractor. We also offer acupuncture and sauna services.
Sozo is a Greek word that means to heal, to make well, and to restore health. And that is our goal for each one of our patients who walks through the door.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and texts. We ended up with our dream home, all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home.
So welcome back one final time to the Shoemaker Collision Repair and Paint Center post-game show. We're going to go ahead and give the player of the game to Holden Lau 2 pick sixes tonight. You don't see that every day. The player of the game is brought to you by Shara Shrum, financial professional. Achieving your financial goals is a team sport. Call today, 913-592-5573, the Prudential Insurance Company of America, Newark, New Jersey. So, heck of a game today, Holden Lau. It's going to be tested quite a bit next week as I don't got a lot more to say, so we're going to go ahead and close this one out here. And for myself saying so long, Matt Jones, Cole Grant, and Caden Carbajo, thank you guys for tuning in, and hope to catch you guys next week, 6:30 pregame. It's 6:30 pregame next week as the Broncos will look for a Frontier League title. We're going to close this out. Forgot to play there's a highlight reel, and forgot to play that in the pregame, so we're going to go ahead and play that after this, and then we'll go into our closed bumper. So thank you guys for tuning in, and the Broncos come out victorious. They move to 6-1. You've been watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Spring Hill. We will. Spring Hill. We will. Spring Hill. We will.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.